Can you see my PPT?
Yes, sir.
So it is the same. It is the same problem. Okay. So I think I am comfortable here rather than OneNote because I am able to see the pointer where it is going. On OneNote, I am not able to see where is this pointer. So it was a bit difficult for me there. Okay. So I'm reading the problem again. So a pair of dice is thrown. Find the probability that the sum is 10 or more if 5 is appearing in the first die. Okay. So I know that 5 is appearing in that first die. Okay. So event E1 is 5 appeared on first die. Event E2 is sum greater than or equal to 10. So we want to find the probability that E2 given E1. Probability of E2 given E1. That probability that sum is 10 or more given that 5 is appearing in the first die. So always, though the original sample space is containing 36 elements, okay, the sample space is got reduced because of this prior information. The prior information is already 5 is appearing on the first die. That is 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5, 5-6. So your favorable outcomes from E2 you have to search in the reduced sample space only. It is sufficient to search the favorable outcomes for E2 only in the reduced sample space. The sample space got reduced because of the prior information. Okay. So here the sum is 10 or more is 5 plus 5 10, 5 plus 6 is 11. So these are the two cases. 2 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. So what I'm trying to say is that conditional probability is nothing but probability over a reduced sample space. Conditional probability is nothing but the probability over a reduced sample space. Look at the second problem. 5 appears on at least one of the dice. 5 appears on at least one of the dice. So let us say event E3, 5 appears on at least one of the dice. Then what will be the sample space? 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5. Can you tell me now? 5-6. What are the other possibilities?
6-5,
1-5,
1-5,
2-5,
1-5,
3-5,
3-5,
4-5,
4-5,
6,
6-5. 5-5
6-5.
is already there. Okay. So at least one of the dice means it may appear on the first die, or it may appear on the second die, or it may appear on both the dice. So this is our reduced sample space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what is the question now? Probability of E3 probability of E2 given E3. Probability that sum is 10 or more given that 5 is appearing on at least one of the days. So what are the favorable cases now?
3 favorable.
So this is one favorable case. Sum is 10 or more, sum is 10 or more, sum is 10 or more. These are the three favorable cases. Out of how many possible events? 11 possible events. So this is 3 by 11. Do you agree?
Yes,
So
sir.
whenever there is a prior information, you reduce the sample space. Whenever there is a prior information, you reduce the sample space. On that sample space, you simply find out the probability, and that is nothing but the conditional probability. Okay. So I wanted you to do this problem by using the formula. What is the formula for probability of E2 given E1?
E2, P of E2
Probability of
intersection E3.
E2
Section 1.
intersection E1 by P of
Probability
E1.
of E1.
Okay. Now find probability of E2 intersection E1. Find probability of E1. Take the ratio of these two. See that whether that ratio is equal to 1/3 or not. I was trying to explain this way also in the previous session. Now I'm asking you to check once. Okay. So
2/6, sir. That
try to do this. Check this value using the definition also. Okay. Let us move on to the next problem. Please make a running notes. I shall share the problems after the class. Now all of you read this problem. A bag contains 10 gold and 8 silver coins. Two successive drawings of 4 coins are made such that the coins are not replaced before the second trial. Coins are not replaced. Coins are not replaced before the second trial. Determine the probability that the second drawing will give 4 gold if 4 coins are drawn in the first trial. Okay, so just read yourself. So what we have to do, whenever a problem is given like this, we need to draw some box like this. There are 10 gold, 8 silver coins. Two successive drawings of 4 coins are made. Okay, in my first trial, 4 coins have taken, and after that, in my second trial, 4 more coins are taken. Okay, and before second trial, I did not replace the coins which I have taken in the first trial. So, are these events dependent events or independent events?
dependent event.
Dependent. When the coins are not replaced, the events are dependent events. Okay. Now let us say that. So what is the question? Determine the probability that second drawing will give 4 gold if 4 silver coins are drawn in the first trial. So what is the prior information? Prior information is this. If part is the prior information, right? So let us say E1 is equal to 4 silver coins drawn in the first trial. So what is event E2? Whatever we want to find out. Probability that the second drawing will give 4 gold. Okay, 4 gold coins drawn in second trial. Okay, now what is the question? Probability that E2 given E1. What is the probability that 4 gold coins are drawn in the second trial, given that 4 silver coins are drawn in the first trial? Now tell me how to do this problem. When you say it is conditional probability and the events are dependent events, then the sample space got reduced, right? The sample space has to be reduced. What is a new sample space? You have to create the new sample space with the information that you know already. Which information you know already?
10
4
gold,
silver
4
coins.
silver.
This
10
is
gold,
original.
4 silver.
10 gold.
This is after first trial. Okay. So after first trial, 10 gold will be there. In the first trial, 4 silver coins are drawn. So there will be only 4 silver coins. Out of 8, if I remove 4 silver coins, there will be only 4 silver coins. Now these are the number of coins available for the second trial because coins are not replaced. Now for the second trial, I have to take 4 gold coins from this box only, not from this box, because already one trial is happened. Now what are the favorable cases for drawing 4 gold coins from this?
10C4 by
10C4 by
14C4.
14C4. Do you agree?
Yes,
Now can you see the conditional probability? No. Again, we are finding the probability over the reduced sample space only. We are finding the probability over the reduced sample space only. This is reduced sample space. Okay. So when a problem is given, you have to understand whether the events are dependent events or independent events. Okay. What kind of probability is asking? Whether he is asking about joint probability or whether he is asking about conditional probability. Accordingly, you have to do the problem. See the second one. Next one. I just slightly modified this. See, a bag contains 10 gold and 8 silver coins. Two successive drawings of 4 coins are made such that the coins are, I think I did not do, such that the coins are, okay, this is correct now. Such that the coins are not replaced before the second trial. Determine the probability that the first drawing will give 4 gold and the second drawing will give 4 silver coins. This question is fine. Can you tell me now? Read the problem again carefully and tell me what is the question asked. 10 gold, 8 silver. Originally. What is E1 T1?
E1 is 4 gold drawn and first trial.
And D2 is 4
First
silver.
drawing will give 4 gold. Okay?
4 gold.
4 gold in first trial. E2 is 4 silver.
4 silver in second.
4 silver in second trial. See, second. Now, what is the question? How do you formulate? Are the events dependent events or independent events?
Independent.
Read the problem again. Coins are
events. Not replaced.
not
Not
replaced.
replaced. Dependent.
They're dependent only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means after the first trial, how many will be there?
6 gold, 8 silver.
6. First trial will give 4 gold. So 6 gold, 8 silver after first trial. Is it okay? Now, what is the question? How do I formulate? In the previous problem, I formatted like this. My question is to find out P of E2 given even. I have to find out the conditional probability in my previous problem. Now, what kind of probability I have to find out in this problem? You might have observed that if is given. Did you observe? In the previous problem, if is there. But here, what is there?
And is there.
And is there. So how do you formulate? Probability of what is the question? Determine the probability. The first drawing will give 4 gold. That means E1. And means what?
Multiplication.
In the symbol. E1 and means intersection. And second will give 4 silver. That means E2. That is what he is asking us to find out. Now, what kind of probability this is called?
Joint
probability. Previously, we were asked to find out conditional probability. Now we are asked to find out the joint probability. Do you see the difference? One wording instead of if it is given as and, the entire problem changed. That's why I'm asking you to read the problem 2-3 times. Okay, what kind of events they are, dependent or independent? Whether he is asking about conditional probability or whether he is asking about the joint probability. Okay, now tell me what is the formula for it? What is formula for the conditional probability? The joint probability. Last class we discussed, no?
P of E1 into P of E2.
P of E1 into
P of E2 given.
E2 given even. That is what I said. Just cross multiply. Am I right? So what is the formula for what is the value for P of even? What is the probability of even? For even, where I have to search? Even is in the first trial. For the first trial, I have to look at the original sample space. In the original sample space, what is the probability of even? Even is drawing 4 gold. In how many ways I can draw 4 gold? 10C4
by 18C4.
18C4 into. Now, this is the conditional probability. Where do I find out the conditional probability? Over the sample space or over the reduced sample space?
Reduced
I have to
sample.
find out the conditional probability over the reduced sample space. Where the reduced sample space? Here, after the first trial. In this sample space, I have to find out the probability for 4 silver coins, given that 4 gold coins are already made in the first trial. Okay, so what is the probability of drawing 4 silver coins in the second trial?
8C4 by 14.
8C4 by 14C4. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so read the problem 2-3 times. I'm repeatedly telling, read the problem 2-3 times. How the question is asked. Okay. Now see the same problem again here. A bag contains 4 gold and 8 silver coins. 2 successive drawings of 4 coins are made such that the coins are now replaced before the second trial. Determine the probability that the first drawing will give 4 gold and the second drawing will give 4 silver coins. Now, what kind of events there?
Independent events.
Independent events. 4 gold, 8 silver, original sample space. After first trial, how many elements will be there? Same, because I'm replacing the coins before the second trial. Whatever I have taken, I'm placing back again. So again, there will be 10 gold, 8 silver only. So even and E2 are independent. Even and E2 are independent. Now, what do you see here? And means what? You are asked to find out the joint probability. So what is P of even intersection E2?
P of even into P of
When the
even.
events are independent, it is going to be P of even into P of E2. What is P of even? 10C4 by
18C4.
18C4 into, for the second trial also same. Now I want 8 silver coins, 8C4 by
18C4.
18C4. 8C4 by 18C4. Okay? Is this clear to all of you? Suppose if the same problem, if the question is asked like this, what is the probability that, okay, instead of and, what if I write determine the probability that if I ask like this, okay, determine probability that second trial will give 4 silver coins if 4 gold are drawn in first trial. If I write like this, what is the question? What kind of question I'm asking? When you see the word if, what kind of probability I'm asking you to find out? Conditional probability. That means I'm asking you to find out P of E2 given
P of even.
P of E2 given even. But what kind of events there?
Independent events.
For independent events, is there an effect of E1 on E2?
No, sir.
No. So for independent events, what is conditional probability of E2?
P of E2.
P of E2 itself.
P of
Do you agree? So what is probability of finding E2? It is simply E2 means
C4.
8C4 by
C4 by
18
18.
C4.
18C4. 8C4 by 18C4. Okay, so this is the joint probability. This is the conditional probability. Joint probability when AND come into picture. Okay, conditional probability when if come into picture. Events are independent when they are replaced. Events will be dependent when they are not replaced. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed to the next problem? Okay, so this is the most important point that I said just now. Okay, so you have to understand whether the events are dependent or independent. Okay, accordingly you have to write down the problem. Okay, now read this problem. Bag 1 contains 4 white, 3 black balls. Bag 2 contains 3 white and 5 black balls. One ball is drawn from bag 1 and placed unseen in bag 2. Determine the probability that a ball now drawn from bag 2 is black. Okay, so you have two bags, bag 1 and bag 2. Bag 1 contains 4 white, 3 black balls. Bag 2 contains 3 white and 5 black balls. Okay, one ball is drawn from this bag and placed unseen in bag 2. Without looking what color of the ball is, it is placed in bag 2. Okay, now determine the probability that a ball is drawn from the bag 2 is black. Now, so there are two bags. Bag 1 and bag 2. First bag is containing 4 white and 3 black balls. Bag 2 contains 3 white, 5 black balls. Just think of the problem. One minute. Okay. Now, how many tasks are involved here? Can you tell me? 2 tasks. Task 1 is taking a ball from bag 1 and putting in bag 2. That is task 1. What is task 2? Taking a ball from bag 2. So you have to complete 2 tasks. Okay. So when I take a ball from bag 1, it may be white or black. If white is taken, then the number of white balls in bag 2 will increase. If I have taken black ball from bag 1, the number of black balls in bag 2 increase. Therefore, if I want to take a black ball from the second trial from bag 2, that depends upon whether the first ball drawn is white or black. Therefore, are these two events are dependent or independent events? Event E1 is drawing a ball from bag 1. Event E2 is drawing a ball from bag 2, right? They are dependent events. Okay. So how to do this problem? So it all depends upon the color of the ball in the first ball, drawn in the first ball, right? So instead of solving this problem theoretically, let us draw a tree diagram. From that, it will be easier for us to do the problem. Okay. So my case is like this. I am drawing it again with the first bag 1 case. Initially, how many? 4 white. 4 white, 3
black
balls. Okay. So I might have taken this as a white ball, or I might have taken one black ball. Originally, bag 2 contains. Originally, bag 2 contains how many? 3 white,
Three white,
Three
five
white
black,
balls
five black.
and 5
5
black
black
balls.
balls. Now, because of this white ball adding in back 2, now what is the count? Updated count? 4 white, 5 black
Five
balls.
black. Three
Now
white.
here, because of this black ball, now the updated count is 3 white, 6
White.
black balls. Is that okay? Now in the second trial, I have to take a ball from this. What should be that ball? It should be
Black.
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 I have to take a ball.
Black.
It should be black. Okay. So what is the probability of drawing a white ball from bag 1? 4C1 by 7C1. What is the probability of drawing black ball from this?
I see.
3C1. 3C1 by 4C1.
7C1.
7C1. 7C1. 7C1. Okay. Now, what is the probability of drawing black ball given that white ball is drawn from the first bag?
5C1 by 9C1.
I see by 9.
9C1.
5C1 by
9C1.
9C1. And here, what is the probability of drawing black ball?
6C1.
6C1
by
9C1 by 9C1.
9C1.
9C1. Okay, now we have two possibilities. Similar kind of problem we did earlier. Okay, now I want probability of black. Okay, so there are two tasks involved. Task 1 is taking a ball from bag 1. Right? So that is what 4C1 by, that means 4 by 7 into
5 by 9.
5C1 by 5 by 9.
4 by 7 into
5 by 9.
4 by 7 into 5 by 9.
Plus.
R means what? Plus
Plus
3 by
3
7
by
into
7 into 6 by 9.
6 by 9.
9.
Whatever you have seen just now is called a total probability. This is called total probability. Okay, see how do you do this problem? Draw a tree diagram like this. Start from the root, reach to the leaf. Start from the root, reach to the leaf. When you are walking along the path, multiply the probabilities. So multiply these two probabilities. When you are changing the path, put addition. Again, when you are changing the path, start from the root, reach to the leaf. When you are walking along the path, multiply the probabilities. Is it okay? So like this, you will have one more situation. Now you see, bag 1 contains 10 white, 3 black balls. Let me draw it quickly. Bag 1 contains 10 white, 3 black balls. Bag 2 contains 3 white, 5 black balls. Two balls are drawn from bag 1 and placed unseen in bag 2. Then one ball is drawn at random. One ball is drawn at random from bag 2. Determine the probability that is a white ball. Now 2 balls are taken from bag 1 and placed in bag 2. Bag 1, back 2. So there will be several problems like this. Okay, whenever you see a situation like this, you just draw the tree diagram and write all the possibilities and assign the probabilities and follow this technique. Multiply the probabilities when you are walking along the path, and when you are changing the path, you just add the probabilities. Okay, so when two balls are taken from the bag 1, two balls both may be white, both may be black, or one white, one black. So how many branches will come now? 3 branches.
3.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. So when you understand this point, so you can do this problem very quickly. So there are from this it should go to 3 branches. Originally, how many are there? 10 white,
3 black.
3 black balls. This is bag 1. Bag 2 containing
3
3
white,
white, 5 black.
5 black. Okay, so both may be white, or one white, one black, and one both may be black. If both are black, so if both are white, what is the updated count in bag 2?
5 white, 5 black.
5 white, 5
5 black.
black. 1 white, 1 black means
4 white, 5 black.
4 white,
6
6
black.
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 Both are black means 3 white,
3 white,
7 black.
7 black. That's it. So if you draw the tree diagram, and it is very easy to find. Now how which one I have to find? I have to find out a white bar. I have to find out a white. I have to find out a white. I have to find out a white. Now what are just assign the probabilities and find out the answer. So what is the probability of trying 2 white balls? 10C2 by
2 by 13.
13C2, and here
10C1 into 3C1 by
10C1 into 3C1 by
13C2.
13C2, and both are black means
3C2 by 13C2.
13C2, and here I want white, 5C1 by
10C1.
10C1, because only one ball is drawn from this. Okay, so this is I want only white, therefore 4C1 by 10C1.
White,
Okay,
3C1 by 10C1.
3C1 by 10C1.
10C1.
Therefore, what is the probability of drawing white means?
10C2 by 13.
Okay, I will just formulate like this: probability of WW into probability of W1 suffix denotes drawing in the first trial, drawing from the bag 1. Okay, and 2 denotes drawing from the bag, second bag. Is this clear? Suffix,
Yes, sir.
suffix denotes the bag number. Okay, so probability of drawing white ball from bag 2, given that white balls are taken from bag 1. Okay, plus probability of what is it? White ball and black ball in the first bag, given that, into probability of drawing white ball in the second trial, given that one white ball and one black ball is taken in the first trial, plus probability of black ball in the first trial, black ball in the first trial into probability of W2, given that B1 and B1. That is how we write down the notation. Okay, now you simply find out the products and get the answer. Okay, so what will be the answer in this case? I'll just write here probability of W2. Probability of, this is actually what? Probability of W2, drawing white ball in the second bag. So probability of W2 is equal to 10C2 by 13C2 into 5 by 10 plus 10C1 into 3C1 by 13C2 into 4 by 10 plus 3C2 by 13C2 into 3 by 10. You can simplify this later. Okay. So that is how we find out the total probability. Okay. So tree diagrams are your best friends. Whenever you have multiple cases, you just subdivide the problem. Okay. You just make it into tree diagram and assign the probabilities. Now this problem is interesting. See here. Companies A, B, C produce 30%, 45%, 25% of the cars respectively. It is known that 2%, 4% and 3% of the cars produced A, B, C produces from A, B, C are defective. Okay, so let us say there are 100 cars. Among 100 cars, 30 cars are produced by company A, 45 cars are produced by company B, 25 cars are produced by company C. So when a company is producing a car, there may be some defective cars. Okay, not every product is a good product. Okay, there may be some defects in the cars. Okay, so the probability that the company making a defective car is 2%. Company A making a defective car is 2%. Company B making a defective car is 4%. Company C making a defective car is 3%. Okay, now what the question is asked? First question read out. What is the probability that a car purchased is defective? So a person is purchased a car. We don't know whether that car is produced by company A or whether the car is produced by company B or the car is produced by company C. He found that the car is defective. Okay, what is its probability? Okay, what is the probability of finding the car to be defective? Okay, so how do we draw the tree diagram? You have a car. This car might have produced by A. This car might have produced by B. This car might have produced by C. What is the probability that this car is produced by company A?
30%.
That means what?
30.
0.3. What is the probability that this car is produced by B? 0.45. What is the probability that this car is produced by C? 0.25. Okay. Now, when A is making a car, it may make a defective car or non-defective car.
Non-defective.
So I will call it as D and ND. D for defective, ND for non-defective. So defective car or non-defective car. And B also may make a defective car or non-defective car. C also can make a defective car or non-defective car. What is the probability that A making a defective car?
0.02.
2%. Okay. So probability that D given A. What is this? Probability that D, probability of the car is defective given that the car is produced by what? A.
A.
That is 0.02.
02.
So how do we write this? Probability that D given that it is produced by B is equal to 0.04. And what is this probability that D it is produced by C? C.
0.02.
It is 0.02. Now what you want is probability of D. What do you mean by probability of D? Probability that car is produced by A and probability that the car is defective given that it is A produced by A plus probability of B into probability of D given B plus probability of C into probability of D given C. So what you have to do when you start from the root, reach to the leaf. Leaf is D. Start from the root, reach to the leaf. Start from the root, reach to the leaf. When you are walking along the path, multiply the probabilities. When you are changing the path, add. So what I have to do? What is my answer now? I just have to assign the probabilities now. So what is this? P of defective car is equal to
0.3 into 0.02.
sorry. Here 0.3 into
0.02
0.02
into 0.02 plus
plus 0.45
0.45 into
0.45. 0.45 into
0.0.
0.04
04
0.04
plus
0.25.
0.25
into 0.03.
0.03. You just compute this.
0.0315
0.0315.
0.0315.
0.0315.
0.0315. Okay. So that's the total probability. That is the total probability. Now just see the last one. Now what is this question? Read this. Now read this. If a car is purchased found to be defective, what statement you are seeing here? Please observe what it is written. If. Okay. So this is the prior information. Do you understand? If part is the prior information, then what is the probability that the car is produced by company B? What is the probability that the car is produced by company B? How do you formulate now? How do you formulate the problem now?
P of B by
Correct. Tell me. Probability of B given
defective car is purchased.
given that the car is defective. Is that clear? You're asked to find out the conditional probability. See here. If a car is purchased, it is found to be defective. This is the prior information. If part is the prior information. Then what is the probability that the car is produced by company B? What is the probability that the car is produced by company B? Now what is the formula for the conditional probability? P of
B intersection
B intersection D by P of
P of
D.
D.
P of P.
P of B intersection D by P of D. Now what is P of B intersection D? This is nothing but the joint probability. What is the formula for the joint probability?
P of B into
P of B into P of
P of D
D
given
given B by P of D. Is it okay? Now what is
Yes.
P of B? This one
0.4.
0.45 by into this is P of 0.04. Now what is P of D? What is P of D value?
0.031.
0.0.
Total probability 0.0315. Whatever you get.
zero 0.571.
0.5714.
571. Okay, whatever the answer you got just now, this is called Bayes rule. This is called Bayes rule. What is this called?
Bayes rule.
Total probability. First one is the total probability. Second one is called the Bayes rule or Bayes theorem. Okay. In total probability, you have to just find out the sum of branch products. Sum of branch products is the total probability. What is Bayes rule? One particular branch. In this case, you are asked to find out B. Is that okay? So one particular branch product by total probability. One particular branch product by this one only you have written here. Can you see? So one branch product by sum of all branch products. This is the total probability. That is nothing but the Bayes rule. Okay, and like this I can ask same thing. If a car is purchased found to be defective, then what is the probability that the car is produced by company C? Instead of B, I can ask C. Then this branch product by sum of branch products. Or I can ask the car is produced by company A. Then this branch product by sum of all branch products. Do you see the wording between do you see the difference of questions in these two? First one is a total probability. Second one is a conditional probability. What kind of conditional probability? Which involving the total probability. Okay. So you can do problems of this type very easily. Only when you draw the tree diagram. When you draw the tree diagram easily. Is that okay? So these are the. So this I will give it as an exercise. You try to do this later. Okay. So these are the topics that are there in your basic probability. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so this is the law of total probability. That is what just now we found this. Okay, so you can have a sample space in which you have an event. Okay, your sample space can be. Okay, you have a sample space like this. Okay, this is partitioned into several things. Okay, these are all disjoint events. In this case, it is written as S1, S1, S2, and so on, SN. These are all disjoint events, and you have taken an event which may be having intersection with some or all of these events. Okay. In this case, I can write this A as intersection of all these events. Okay. I can write A as A intersection S1 union, A intersection S2 union, and so on, A intersection Sn. In this case, he has written Sk. And because S1, S2, Sn are mutual exclusive, A intersection S1, A intersection S2, and so on, A intersection Sn also will be mutual exclusive. Then when I apply probability on A, then what is the probability of these n mutual exclusive events? I told you law of exams on probability. When you have two mutual exclusive events, A intersection B equal to MT, then what is P of A union B?
P of A plus P of
P of A plus P of B.
P of B.
And you observe that A intersection S1, A intersection S2, and A intersection Sn are all mutual exclusive. You can see here. Is there any common points between this and this? Disjoint. This is A intersection S1, this is A intersection S2. There are common points, right? There are no common points. So these are all disjoint events. So when I apply probability on this, then probability of union equal to sum of the probabilities. Can you see that? And this is nothing but a joint probability. And you know the formula for the joint probability. P of A S1 into P of A given S1. P of S2 into P of A given S2. P of Sk into P of A given Sk. That is what he has written. Okay. Now what is Bayes rule? Same thing. Okay. So P of Si given A is equal to P of Si intersection A by P of A. That is a conditional probability formula, no? And this is the joint probability. How do you write down the formula for the joint probability? P of Si into P of A given Si
A given
by
S.
P of A. And what is this? Ith branch product. Can you see this? Ith branch product by sum of all branch products. P of A is nothing but the total probability. See here. P of A is nothing but the total probability. Okay. So Bayes rule is the other way. Okay. So this is law of total probability. This is Bayes rule. Okay. So these are the concepts that are there in the basic probability. Okay, so what we have reviewed so far in the last 3 classes is random experiment, sample space, different kinds of events, mutually exclusive events, simple events, and so on. We have seen the definition of probability. We have seen the properties of probability. Also, we have seen the axioms of probability. and after that we have seen some formulas. We have done problems on conditional probability, independent and dependent events. We have seen the additive rule. We have seen the multiplicative rule. What is this name called? Please remember, this is called the, what is this called? This is called joint probability. This is called the conditional probability. This is the conditional probability. This is the joint probability, and law of total probability and Bayes rule. Okay, so we have completed all the topics on basic probability. So by today evening, I'll be sending you the problem sheet. Okay, on basic probability. You try to solve problems on the problems given in the problem sheet. Okay, from Monday onwards, I will start the first topic of the unit 1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I will share the notes as well as problem set by today evening. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
And where is this? Okay, let me